Hello, students. Welcome back to your English class. This is your English literature class, and I am Miss Jaini Shah, your English teacher. This year, I shall be teaching you all English. Today, we will begin with the first chapter of our Honeysuckle book, which is Chapter 1. Who did Patrick's homework? If you look at this topic, the title of the chapter, they've tried to make it very interesting by putting a rhetorical question there, like who did Patrick's homework? It will make you curious about who is Patrick. Then it will make you question who did Patrick's homework means Patrick must have not done it. Only then would someone question me like that. So, the entire motive behind having this kind of a chapter title is to create interest. So, students, are you interested to learn this chapter? Uh, no, I know that. Who likes homework? I didn't like it when I was in school, but I still give a lot of homework being a teacher. I'm sure even you don't like homework. And just like you all, even Patrick doesn't like homework. In this chapter, we will learn about Patrick, who is a lazy boy and he does not like to do his homework. Let's see how he does his homework, or rather, whom does he make do his homework. This story is written by Carol Moore. Her full name is Annie Carol Moore. She was born on July 12, 1871, and she lived till January 20, 1961. She was an American educator, a writer, and a supporter of for the children's libraries. She was recognized as a pioneer in the newly emerging specialty of children's literature, and she has also immensely contributed towards the children's library service. So, children, let's begin this chapter. Patrick. Patrick never did homework. Too boring, he said. He played hockey, basketball, and Nintendo instead. His teachers told him, Patrick, do your homework or you won't learn a thing. And it's true, sometimes he did feel like an ignoramus. But what could he do? He hated homework. So over here we have got an introduction about Patrick. He does not like to do homework, but he likes to play basketball, hockey, and Nintendo. All his teachers keep telling him, do your homework or you will not learn a thing. And Patrick does realize that what the teachers are saying is true because he does feel like an ignoramus at times. Now, there are two words over here, Nintendo and ignoramus. So, children, these are the two words that you have to write in your notebooks. Throughout the chapter, there are these words in the column on the right hand side column of your textbooks. These words I have highlighted in the chapter because these are the word meanings and the phrases that you have to write in your notebooks. In your notebooks, you have to draw two columns, write word and meaning. Nintendo is a name of a video game. An ignoramus is an ignorant person who lacks education, who does not have education. So, Patrick is saying that it's true, but what could he do? He hated homework. Then one day, he found his cat playing with a little doll and he grabbed it away. To his surprise, it wasn't a doll. It wasn't a doll at all, but a man of the tiniest size. He had a little wool shirt and an old fashioned breeches with a high tall hat, much like a witch's. He yelled, "Save me! Don't give me back to the cat! I'll grant you a wish. I promise you that." So now Patrick finds his cat playing with a little doll and he grabs it away. Grabs it means forcefully take it from somebody without asking for consent or permission. Just grab it. So he grabs it. And when he grabs it, he sees that it isn't a doll, but it is actually a man of a tiny size, the tiniest size. He had little wool, he was wearing a little wool shirt and an old fashioned breeches. Now, breeches again over here I have highlighted because this is a new word. Breeches or breeches, they are short trousers. And the writer here spells it in breeches for fun, just to rhyme it with the word witch. But the actual spelling of breeches is Breeches. In your notebooks, children, please write the correct spelling. Over here, the writer has purposely used a wrong spelling to rhyme it with which. Okay, so he, so what does this doll? He grabs a doll and he sees, and it's not a doll; it's a man. It's a very tiny man, and that man is wearing a wool shirt and an old-fashioned, which is that means old-fashioned trousers. Okay, and he's also wearing a very high, tall hat, much like a witch. It's there in the picture in your textbooks. If you all pay attention, look at it carefully, you can see the description matches correctly. So over here now, this tiny little man, he's shouting, "Save me! Don't give me back to that cat. I'll grant you a wish. I promise you that." So he's saying, "I'll give you a wish if you don't return me back to the cat." That means when the cat is playing with the doll, it was rough, and the man did not like it. Okay, next. Patrick couldn't believe how lucky he was. Here was the answer to all of his problems. So he said, "Only if you do all my homework till the end of the semester. That's 35 days. If you do a good enough job, I could even get A's." So what is Patrick's now? Patrick, what does he look at the situation? Everybody always looks at situation with their advantage point of view. So now he grabbed this doll, which turned out to be a tiny man, and who was telling him, "I'll grant you any wish you want." So now Patrick looks at this and he feels he's so lucky to have found the answer to all his problems. And over here, we are talking about the problem of homework. So he's telling that doll, that man, "If you do all my homework till the end of this semester, that means the term, till the end of this term, there are 35 days left. And if you will do all my homework for the next 35 days and you do it good, I can even get all A's." So he says, "I can even ace the class." The little man's face wrinkled like a dishcloth thrown in a hamper. He kicked his legs and doubled his fists, and he grimaced and scowled and pursed his lips. "Oh, oh, am I cursed? But I'll do it." So now this little man, his face wrinkled. Wrinkle is, if you take a cloth and wrinkle it in your hand and you just mash it in your hand, and those lines that are formed on that cloth is a wrinkle. So his face started wrinkling like a dishcloth. The dishcloth is a cloth that you use for washing the dishes, thrown in the hamper. Hamper is a basket without a lid. He kicked his legs and doubled his fists, and he grimaced. Grimaced means grimaced, scowled, and pursed his lips. That means his face had these expressions that showed disgust, anger, and disapproval. That means he did not like it. He did not like, Patrick telling him to do the homework. That means he himself also does not like to do homework. This tiny man, he thinks he's found himself into a scoop. He thinks he's into trouble. He's found himself into a mess because he doesn't want to do homework. But now, if he will not do the homework, he will be given to the cat. So he says, "Oh, am I cursed? But I'll do it." So he agrees. He agrees to do Patrick's homework. And true to his word, that little elf began to do Patrick's homework. Except there was one glitch. The elf didn't always know what to do and he needed help. Help me, he'd say. And Patrick would have to help in whatever way. "I don't know this word," the elf squeaked while reading Patrick's homework. "Get me a dictionary." "No, what's even better, look up the word and sound it out by each letter." Okay, so now what is it? True to his word. True to his word over here is a phrase. True to his word means he keeps his word, he keeps his promise, and he starts to do Patrick's homework. Now, there was one glitch. Glitch over here. Glitch means a fault in the machine, a little problem, you can say. Glitch means a problem. So there was one problem, there was one glitch, a fault in a machine that prevents it from working properly. Over here, you also call it a hitch or you can also call it a problem. Okay, so what was the problem? That the elf did not always know what to do and he kept requiring help. So, what he would say, help me, I don't know this word. Get me a dictionary. No, what's even better, sound it out by each letter. The three words over here are hidden on this slide. Those are sound it out by each letter. I just see your textbooks for these three words, please. So he's saying, you know, so the elf keeps asking Patrick for help for doing the homework, saying, please come do this, please come do that, because the elf did not know what to do. Okay, so over here, I'm going to take a stop to this lesson, children. All the highlighted words, they have to be written down along with their meanings in the notebook. Also, the true to his word, this was a quote. This was a phrase that was there in this chapter. I want you to also write that down in your notebooks. All right? With this, children, we have come to the end of this part 1 of this chapter. Meet you soon in part 2. Till then, do your homework and stay ready. Thank you.